It's the second season of the Prime Volleyball League, and the return of the game is, of course, marked by some big news. To speak to us, of course, on that is going to be PV Sindhu, double Olympics medalist, and also India's ace shuttler. Thank you for speaking to us exclusively here on NDTV. Well, of course, my first question is going to be especially on the World Championship. How much of a big deal is that for India?
Well, of course, it's a really big thing. Getting a being a world champion is something where it's after Olympics is what I feel, and I won it in 2019, and for me it was a different memory altogether because was waiting for it for almost 5 years because I had two bronze, I had two silver, and I wanted to get that gold desperately. So I got it in 2019. So definitely, it is one of the biggest tournaments out there after Olympics.
Yes. Your parents have also been national players as well. What is the kind of support system that you're offering here, especially for the players?
I think, of course, my parents were volleyball players, and here I am today, where the volleyball league is starting, and I am really excited. I used to watch my dad play, and then I've also watched the last season of the volleyball league, and it was really good. You enjoy it. I mean, when they are smashing, when they're hitting the ball, when they're attacking, it feels really nice. So here I am today witnessing that, and I'm really very happy that I can see a lot of athletes here, the top athletes. Like,
Yes.
of course, one of my favorites is David Lee. So I'm gonna, obviously, he's here. Wishing all the players all the very best. I think for the athletes, I think it's a kind of encouragement and support, and I think these kinds of leagues give them a lot of support and motivation to go to another level.
I believe this is the very first time where, especially the teams winning as a wild card can have an entry, especially into the World Games, right? How much of it is a huge opportunity, especially for these players? It is, and also if you can tell us about the sustenance of the game here in India.
Well, I think it's definitely a very good opportunity for the players because they can prove themselves. Because I'm sure everybody is working hard, and you can see here everybody is working hard, and obviously, the winning team would definitely get an opportunity to go to the next level. And also, I think in India there are really good players. I think it's just that one point, one click where they get and they can go to a next level and they can, I mean, follow their dreams and do what they want to, because it's not going to be easy, but at the same time, it is a practice where you have to keep doing it again and again and again. Every day is a new start. I mean, every sport itself is like that, where you just don't get it so easily. Everything you want success, you want that win, you have to work hard for everything and anything.
True, true. I believe it's a highly competitive league as well, what we're looking at. So, in terms of training, would you be able to throw more light on that? What is the kind of, because I see that they are looking up to you for the source of inspiration, right?
Well, last season it was in Hyderabad, so I went there. I've seen them train. Of course, my dad used to tell them few tips. I used to see. I mean, not being a volleyball player, but I've seen my dad playing, and when he keeps telling, I think it's really nice to know what a sport is and what goes in it, because everybody has different ways of playing it, and different skill and strokes. Some might be really good in the block. Some might be really good in attacking. So I think it's completely different. But at the same time, I mean, definitely, people who are looking up to me, I would just say one thing, that they have to keep working hard, and I'm sure. I mean, my dad, he himself was an Arjuna Awardee and Asian Games bronze medalist, so I'm sure he would have more tips than I do.
So, I mean, in your growing years, did you ever have to, did you ever have a confusion? Like you said, you're not a volleyball player, but any time at that point in time, did you ever think of whether it's volleyball or badminton? What was it like?
Well, never. I've never thought that, but I've always thought badminton was my game, and from the time I started, it was only badminton. But yeah, I used to see my dad playing, and besides badminton courts, there was volleyball court there, so I used to watch them play. But at the same time, I've never thought that I would go and I want to get into it. But it was always whichever sport I wanted to. My parents have really supported me in whatever. Whichever way they had to. So
One last final question, of course, in a way that, giving this wild card entry to the World Games, does this also mean, especially it's opening up avenues in terms of, apart from your cricket league, especially for the volleyball? Are we looking at where it's going to be another league making sportsmen millionaires?
Well, I think it's an opportunity, as you said, definitely yes. But also, I think sportsman's career is a very small career. It's not going to be lifelong. But at the same time, when you get that opportunity, you earn, or you get a job, or you settle down in life. That's what it is about. More than becoming a millionaire, it's more about you yourself settling down, you yourself proving at a point where you've done well for yourself, you've done well for your family, and you've settled down well, and you've got a job, and you earn some amount. So that's how it is about, and it's basically mostly motivating the players. And when you get that amount in your hand, or when you get that success in your hand, it's a different feeling altogether.
Would you be willing to share a few questions or curiosity what the players would have asked you or something of that? Because maybe I believe even the viewers would like to know in case somebody is really looking forward to, take up volleyball as a game. What would be the challenges? What they
Well,
must have asked you?
I mean, asking me about volleyball was a different thing, but yeah,
Yeah.
asking me about my sport, I would definitely give them a lot of
Yeah.
tips. But I've seen a lot of volleyball players. I mean, they really work hard, and also it is a team sport. I think it's not just one player playing it. I think as a team, they need to work hard together and make sure the strategy is right. Because if one player doesn't play, it doesn't work out. Because even we have team championships,
Yeah.
we have individual events. So team championship something where it's a different atmosphere altogether, and everybody as a team needs to be strong and need to give their 100%.
Well, thank you so much, PV Sindhu. That was PV Sindhu joining us here on NDTV. Also, in a way, of course, a huge source of inspiration for the team, volleyball team in Bengaluru with Kumar Shrija for NDTV.